Okay,
Sorry.
we are recording now. It's all good.
I mean, you can always not record my nonsense.
I'm going to
I
because
am
it's been
time
a
skipping.
while.
I am time skipping through the rest of the bounties I was eating at you guys because I don't have the fucking energy for that much combat.
Valid.
So,
Because Susanna wants gun. Just say what you mean. Susanna wants gun.
no, I don't have the energy for combat, and that works nicely with the fact that Susanna wants gone.
Susanna wants gun.
Gun.
You guys were able to get whatever fucking amount of money I said the bounties were worth. We'll figure that out later.
Hell yeah.
And about...
Oh, this the point that Talia wanted a new magic item. Fuck.
Yes. Yes, it was.
Lena has an armor upgrade. Lena is happy as a pig in the proverbial.
Listen, I think the crimes that Lena could commit with Marina's armor are very good.
I would have to figure out what I want to get for bias.
Imagine.
Y'all were probably able to get about an additional 700 to 800 gold worth of raw gemstones from the earth elemental things.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah,
As
bias
they
has
were...
the wand thing still.
Fuck, I still haven't created what that does.
I know!
It's fine, it's fine. I will bullshit and then make it someone else's problem.
If you need help with it, I can help bounce ideas for you too, so.
Yeah.
By the way, just so that everyone knows, I have kind of turned off the compendium sharing on this for now because I needed it for another game, and I just
Oh, that's valid.
don't really want to kind of... I will turn it back as and when we need it.
Yeah, fair enough.
But it's just turned off for now because I was using it in another game.
Hog.
For players who, apart from one person in the group, none of them have ever played D&D before, so it's kind of...
Yeah, that's probably a little more.
Tad more
Wait,
useful.
can we only have compendium sharing on one thing?
I can have it on 3, but I have 4 games.
Fair enough.
I have a Plus account, I think it is.
Yeah.
Whatever the first paid tier is.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Sorry,
said
I
like
derailed you, Joe.
700 gold pieces worth of gemstones?
Yeah.
Hog.
Y'all will have to get them cut, and y'all will have to get them sort of cleaned and cut and that whole thing, because...
Yoink.
Grab.
Want.
Yeah, the particular strain of elementals you were fighting had, like, these sort of crevices where you could see crystalline structures forming. And had, like, spurs of some gems. It's a lot of the sort of quartz derived. So things in that vein. And after some time tromping through the woods dealing with these fucking jobs, y'all are able to go back to Western.
Hey.
Yay!
Susanna, Dylan, you two have had about 2 more of these dreams each showing this.
Fucked up if true.
Fucked up if true.
And the most recent one, there has been sort of this lingering miasma of... So the same sort of dreams of this place. Susanna, yours inevitably end up focusing on the gun, which in the last one with this sort of miasma creeping in, the plinth that the gun was on was pristine.
Okay. Interesting.
It was. Y'all have gotten enough context to realize that it was some kind of structure built into a hillside, and outside are two statues. Dylan, you know one of the figures, and the other is familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are back in Western.
So was this most recent dream like we were staying at goodness gracious at the inn and we had this dream, and so perhaps we mayhaps be going down to breakfast at around this point as a good segue
Yeah,
into...
I would say that is a good way to...
Right, so as soon as everybody's down at breakfast, Susanna's gonna be like, all right, so hear me out.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I'm crazy just because I had, my little stint of not having dreams, and this is sort of new to me, right? This is sort of a new thing. But I have been having these dreams about a gun, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, you have one.
Well,
okay. It's a beautiful gun, and I really, really want it, and I'm pretty sure it's real.
Could be a trap.
Everything could be a trap, guys. Don't listen. I'm telling you about a gun right now. I'm not talking about a trap. I'm talking about a gun. It is the most beautiful gun I have ever seen. And again, could be crazy. Could be, this is what dreams have always felt like. But I don't think it is. I think that's a real gun somewhere, and I want it.
Well,
okay.
I'm not Southern, I'm Scottish. Scottish.
For a moment, Talia flickers and is briefly... possibly Clara!
Briefly Clara for a second.
Sorry.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
No, I mean, most dreams are at least kind of real.
This is a fair point.
Well, that's terrifying.
I mean,
they kind of have that, like, oh, and that expression on the face that you come to learn of, like, okay.
I'm sorry, Charles. I didn't mean it's...
No, it's not a disappointed okay. It's mostly a, oh, this is another one of those okay.
Well, Talia's kind of right. I mean, a lot of what you see in dreams tends to be kind of things that you've seen but not necessarily paid attention to.
Like faces.
Well...
If I had seen this gun in real life, I would have paid attention to it. I don't know how to describe how beautiful it is.
Not everything, but our mind uses things we've seen to make sense of how we're trying to process things, and sometimes it's just, a message from the gods.
Yeah, I was going to say that it possibly could be a, god dream thing.
Talia is giving you all a what the fuck are you talking about?
He kind of looks at Talia.
I think dreams work different in the Feywild.
I'm almost sure of it at this point, so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
Tell us you are.
No, you need to keep your mouth shut. You made a good point.
It wasn't a bad, it was okay. Alright.
Well, in any case, what I wanted to ask about really was, Dylan, you have these dreams on a regular basis, right? Like, that's sort of your thing, right?
Not about guns, but yeah, I
Not about guns. Obviously, you don't dream about guns. That would be... Well, if you did dream about guns, that would be... Anyway. How do you tell...
I promise you I don't dream about guns.
How do you tell when it's like a normal, this is a dream, and when it's a... this is a dream with a capital D. How do you tell that?
Feels like a little less squishy.
Squishy.
You know when you like a dream, like regular dream.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. And it's like a little like fuzzy around the edges, and sometimes you you can't really like run and stuff because the ground isn't right, you know.
Uh-huh.
Capital daydreams don't really do that. They're a little more solid
Mm.
and like clear in the moment. They can be just as easy to forget, but the experience has more sharp edges. Or maybe that is because I am not blind.
Vias kind of pipes up. He's like, I mean, I've had certain dreams that they move me over before. They're definitely a little more clearer than a normal dream would be. And a lot, at least for me, a little harder to forget. It feels more physical.
I think I might just be forgetful.
Maybe, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing.
I wasn't saying it was.
I mean, if the gods gave you a dream, right? So say, for example, if the gods gave you a dream of a thing that they wanted you to go see or find, and it stuck out in your mind a lot. I'm just asking, is it stupid that I really want to go find this gun?
No.
I really want to go find this gun.
Do you know what kind of entity sent the dream?
Do I look like I know what an entity is?
Is it a supernatural force of find this gun? Like, thinking about you, like maybe like a month ago, would you see this gun and go, yeah?
Okay, I feel like I've not quite articulated what this gun looks like. All right, it is the most. This is some craftsmanship. All right, like this is somebody created this gun was very, very talented.
Suze, I love you. None of us are as gun horny as you are.
Down away, Walker.
I said what I said.
How dare you?
Talia raises their hand.
No.
Yes, Tals?
I mean, admittedly, my normal experience with dreams are mostly when your consciousness gets a little bit wrapped up in whatever archfey is around, you kind of have to keep your head down. So, normally, no, you don't want to do whatever you saw in your dream, but gods and archfey I've discovered are very, very different, I think. Maybe?
Oh, that sounds horrific.
I've never met an archfey, so I wouldn't know, but I guess the small bit of stories I've heard, they're not the same.
Just to be clear, like I'm not just dreaming about just this gun, right? There's a place. There's like this place. It's in a hill. There's
Vias had seen the same place before, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Vias has only seen it once at this point, but
okay. He'll pipe up and just say, I've also seen this place. I'm a little wary, but I don't see why we can't just go check it out.
Right, like, okay,
But we need to find a frame of reference as to where it is.
First question.
Do we know
First question.
In a hill?
Yes.
Okay. So 2 questions.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what god is sending these dreams?
Joe, do I know what god is sending these dreams?
Susanna might not, because, has been very deliberately...
I feel like Susanna does not know. Therefore, Susanna will shake her head.
Would Vias be able to figure it out? Or should
Yes!
Okay.
Because Vias would have definitely recognized one of the statues, if not both of them, and Dylan definitively knows that one of them is the Raven Queen, and the other is that one weird dude who keeps...
He's super weird that he just stands at the back and stares at me. It's kind of weird.
I think I might have a feeling who's reaching out for this. I mean, what do we all 3 have in common aside from trauma?
Talia goes, oh,
Yes.
Birds.
Yes,
Out of
that.
all of our birds, the one
So-
that's crazy age against the rest of you.
What god is a bird that we know of? She's not actually a bird, but you get the gist.
The
Our messengers
Raven
are.
Queen.
Yes, good job, dear. You did great.
Thank you.
I would just like to point out that I won in Crazy 8. It wasn't my bird, it was me. I won in Crazy 8. So let's just
Mercy
make that
also
clear.
won at Crazy Eights.
I was there though.
and at the
I am
same
a winner
time you
that day.
lost.
Yeah,
At the same time you lost.
against yourself, yes.
We didn't have to bring that up. You know, we didn't have to add that
Yes,
to
we
the
did.
conversation. It was completely unnecessary. And you were just like, how can I make Susanna's victory a little cheaper? Is that really what you want to do right now, Diana?
Yeah.
I hate you. All right. So
Anyway,
Queen.
Raven Queen, reaching
We
out
like-
to you.
we like the Raven Queen, right? Like, you know, that can't be a bad sign that it's the Raven Queen. It probably can't be a bad sign that it's the Raven Queen.
I mean, technically, she is a good god mostly because she is the guardian of lives. I mean, she's technically a death god, but
Yeah, Dylan thinks she's pretty cool.
she's technically a death god, but you know, she also loves the arts and thinks that the creations of persons is a good thing, and the expansion of civilization, and there's a
She
whole
thinks
mess of
zombies
things.
are cool.
Yeah, exactly. She does not like the perversion of life.
Talia's got a big doubt, but it's a doubt in that I don't know enough. That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough about the
Well-
Raven to dispute it.
Yeah. God, that's so valid.
So, if Sis, you said that your dreams keep focusing on this gun, right?
Yeah, like I can see everything else, but it always ends up with the gun. It always ends up with the gun. And
How many times have you had this dream? I've only had the one.
this was the third time, I
Wow.
think. Now, keep in mind, my track record of recollecting dreams has not been fantastic.
Well, considering you can remember at least 3 times, I think you're working on it, and that's good.
You know, I really want this gun, you guys.
Well,
I'm
Priorities,
trying
huh?
not to sound greedy and like, oh yes, let's go do what Susanna wants, because Susanna wants a gun. But also, if I get this gun, I think I may never have another problem in my life. It is just that beautiful.
Susanna, we have done enough running around in the last couple days and killing things and making coin. I think we can humor you and your gun quest.
Oh, a gun quest. That makes it sound so much nicer.
I mean, if it were 2 people in my family, I think they would be on your side. They're crazy.
I like them already.
Yeah, I think
But-
they would
So-
like you.
Do we have any information about this place besides it's maybe in a hill and there's apparently a really nice gun in there?
Statues.
Raven Queen markings? Wasn't there like a burial thing? Like it was a crypt or something?
Probably. That does sound like a hard thing.
This all sounds vaguely familiar, so I'm I'm seconding bias on this one.
And wasn't there a statue in the front of it that led in? I can't remember exactly.
The two statues.
It's
Yeah.
been way too many months for me, the player, to remember.
Yeah, yes, there was, there was a outside, there was a statue of, fuck it, I don't know what I originally said, but I'm gonna say outside there was a statue on the right side of of the weird person who keeps vibing in Dylan's Raven Queen dreams.
Mm.
And on the left side was a statue of the Raven Queen herself.
Yeah.
Dylan, I am going to send you one fun, neat detail you would have noticed, particularly
Yeah.
sort of as you saw the miasma.
Hello.
Yeah. Vias is probably
Give me
really
a
what
second,
he
I'm getting
knows, so that's all he would say. Obviously, he's the odd one out who's only had the one dream. So he can't say much on the subject.
Susanna has had it 3 times, but she's been focusing on this gun so hard that the rest of the knowledge
Hyperfixate.
out of her brain. She's like, gun, and nothing else was in her brain. She has one brain cell and it's for gun.
I'm not exactly sure what we're eating, but Mercy is attempting to eat something on the table. Just
As she should.
she probably swipes it from somebody's plate.
Eating playing cards bit back.
What
Say
about
again?
playing cards?
I think we need to bring the eating playing cards bit back.
Oh, Mercy doesn't eat playing cards.
But no,
she
the
eats
only
something else.
deck of cards we have now is the one that Talia freaking handmade for Susanna. You cannot eat those playing cards.
No, Marcus would never dream of eating those. I say that completely unironically.
Okay. That's good.
He's not bastard enough to eat a cherished object.
I think we're seeing like the dreams are like real in real time or something.
In real time?
Because like might like change the week a bit, right?
Yeah.
Like the statue looks different. I don't
Okay.
know.
What way did it look different?
Like there was stuff on the face when it was getting like heat or something. I don't know.
Oh.
Like it looked burned?
Okay, so
I mean, I don't know.
so
I mean, that would be rude if someone were to, try and do that. I don't think she'd be very happy.
so it's like a crypt, right? Like it's a crypt.
I think so. Is it?
And it looks kind of like a crypt. I haven't seen many crypts in my life.
I mean, if it's got like a statue of the Raven Queen, maybe it's semi-sacred ground to her?
That would also make sense. I've never been
Then-
in a place like that.
Oh,
Like a sacred raven place. Just like a church.
oh, you should go to oh, I guess that's really far away. Never mind.
Were you going to say a place from heaven?
Yes. We have a very pretty place there actually. It's not sad at all, honestly. It's just
I
very
suppose-
pretty.
That you said that like it is very, very sad.
I mean, some of the places that aren't heaven are kind of sad.
I mean, I suppose, if I could interject, my experience might actually be useful for once. Haha!
Yeah.
So, in a dream like I think the one you're talking about, or at least as far as I'm kind of aware, that sort of thing only happens when something very powerful wants something. Very
Like
bad.
a gun.
I guess. I don't know. God, there's still something that I'm still trying to fucking understand here, Dylan.
No, you're doing
You're-
very well.
I'm using Archfey right now. With my own mental space.
I mean, that's fair. Who knows?
Then
I know nothing about Archfey. You're the one with all the experience here.
Thank you. My point is, something very powerful, obvious, probably wants something to do with this place. If that's this Raven Queen, then I suppose that would work. But
Yeah.
my gut instinct is to be a little bit suspicious of that.
Well, that's valid.
That's fair.
So Dylan, you said the statue looked like it had been attacked.
A little, yeah.
Just a little. Well,
Mm,
I mean,
not to take it back to
I don't-
Corwick family traditions, but if it's a holy place to the Raven Queen, and it shows signs of being attacked. You said it was a sacred place, perhaps. Do you think people are trying to like do a little you know,
Sabotage of it.
a little desecration on the side, perhaps? I don't know.
Hey,
It would make sense as to why she's reaching out to all of us that have ties to her a little bit, at least.
hey, Joe, are the vibes of these dreams like they are being sent from her, or are the vibes a little off?
Yeah.
Because Dylan would be able to tell right away.
Dylan is very familiar with the vibes of these with the vibes of Raven Queen sent dreams. This is vibing like it is
I mean, they
from
feel
her.
like they're from her, but is there like quite literally anything off? Or
The
do I have
most
to roll for
recent
that?
one, as you were sort of feeling the miasma. I will get. I don't know what I'd have you roll to interpret dream.
Religion, maybe?
Religion,
Pathfinder has a check for that. Insight. Insight, I feel, is like the vibe check. Insight is the vibe check roll.
Dylan is quite literally just vibe checking. Like he.
Yeah, so I'll say insight.
Because what he's trying to do is not like think directly of details, but more of like look for specific details, but more of like the overall feel.
So,
Oh, nice! Fuck yeah!
so I guess okay.
What?
The
am
vibe check
amazed.
you got.
Look at him.
The vibe check you got
into the stratosphere. Do we need to
is
go
that the
into
dream.
secrets?
No, I can tell you this straight up. This just kind of defines. The dream felt like it came from the Raven Queen. This most recent one had a sense of urgency, and it felt. You know how when you're well, this isn't a good example anymore, but you know how when you're listening to a manual radio and you nudge the dial just a little bit, but not enough to take you off the.
No, I know what you're talking about.
And how everything gets that bit fuzzy and distant.
Mm-hmm.
That's the vibe you got from this dream with the miasma.
Okay.
Like there was something interfering with.
Yeah, that's specifically what Dylan was looking for, interference.
Yeah.
I mean, they're from her. I know they're from her. I've had way too many normal dreams from her to not to know that. But the most recent one, it's urgent, and something's starting to creep in and mess with it. And I don't know what that is, but I get the feeling that it's her. I mean, to mine are. I don't know if like it's some other entity lying to Susanna or Bias. It's probably still her if it's the same thing. Probably trying. I mean, I would guess the gun is to try and get help in whatever way she can. It is a little manipulative, yeah, but she's a god, so. But these are, at least mine, are from her. But I think Talia is right to be wary, because if she needs help, we have no idea. Even if she is being like legitimate in asking for help, we have no idea what we could be walking into.
Well, we did mess with Appley, and we messed with the weird temple thing, and we also messed with Susanna's hometown a little bit.
Yeah,
I
a little bit.
think-
Yes, with it.
I think we might be this is kind of a place of ignorance, but maybe we can handle it. I
will say when Dylan says Talia's right, they do a little wiggle.
I love them.
Good, it's what they deserve.
I love
Yes.
them with my entire heart.
I think we should proceed with caution, of course. Just be prepared to bounce if a trap is sprung. Maybe make sure we have plenty of healing magics. Stock up on gems for accidents.
I
I
mean,
better at bouncing.
we can approach this with every measure of caution. Absolutely, I don't think.
That includes you if the gun is inside.
Okay, look.
If we say hands off, probably a good idea. Maybe
I will not go after the gun if it will cause danger. However, if it will at most cause an inconvenience, I will go after the gun.
What? What do you deem an inconvenience? Because losing a hand could be an inconvenience, but that's also a big deal.
Losing a hand is, I would say, slightly more than an inconvenience.
I don't want to lose a hand.
If
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, if anybody else is losing a hand, then certainly. For me, it would probably depend on the hand, if I'm being perfectly honest. However,
Talia looks slightly alarmed at that, but moving on.
just the point is, like, if it's like, you get set on fire like a little bit, then that's an inconvenience. If you get set on fire enough that it'll like cause serious harm, then that's more than an inconvenience.
I would argue any fire is a little bit harm, but alright.
Okay. Here's the thing: if the bottom of my skirt gets set on fire, which, by the way, for the record, I still cannot get this damn glitter out.
I still maintain it's a good look on you.
And just as a clarification, y'all, anybody who tried to get the Maggie's glitter out of their clothes, even with magic like prestidigitation, it did not work. Your clothes are glittered. Susanna's just shows the most because she is dressed in all black and had quite a bit of glitter on her. But everybody has... It doesn't rub off on your stuff or on your hands or anything, but your clothes are glittery.
Nice.
It's just that one particular set of clothes that we were wearing is glittery.
That set of clothes has been magnified. But Suzanne is salty. But anyway, the point is, if the bottom of my skirt catches on fire, I have at least like 6 seconds before it burns through anything enough to hurt me, and probably more than that. Because do you know how many layers of skirts I'm wearing right now, Talia?
Too many.
Quite a few, not too many. I'm wearing just the right amount. How dare you?
7.
It's not 7.
7 is a good number.
7 is a good number. I'm not.
Susanna says, "How many skirts am I wearing right now, Talia?" To Talia, who wears a crop top and shorts, skin tight when it's not cold.
Love them.
That's so good.
The point is, a little bit of fire is an inconvenience. A lot of fire will burn through my skirts faster and it will hurt me. So that is actually a dangerous situation. But a little bit of fire is an inconvenience. But that's not the point. The point is, yes, of course, we will be cautious as we go on this what's the word?
Adventure.
Sure. Yes, an adventure. Oh, that makes it sound so delightful. But of course, we still need to find the damn place.
I mean, if it is a sacred place to the Raven Queen, we could ask.
You do make a point.
I could ask. Can I ask? Wait. Just can ask.
What was that?
Dylan can just fucking ask, can you?
Dylan can just fucking ask.
I think Diana continues with, I mean, there's probably a Raven Queen temple in Western. It's big enough. It is big enough to need sort of grave diggings and stuff fairly regularly, so we could just ask some of the priests there if there's a
let's go ask.
Yeah, we'd be just wasting time just throwing ideas around sitting at the table like this.
Tully raises their hand again.
Yes, Tulls?
I would quite like to make a short stop and perhaps acquire things for the money that we have. That's the way it works, right?
I have
Just
never
about.
been prouder in my life.
Also, how much
Yes.
money do we each get for these missions? Because I have no idea.
Well, we got
I think we need not glitter clothes.
glitter clothes.
I believe it was going to be a couple of thousand.
We had like a fuck ton from the first one.
Yeah, the dragon thing gave you guys a lot. I just don't remember where that's written down.
I'm checking the party.
Okay, so we got 600.
We did not update the party loot thing because we are dumb. However, we
I'm gonna
did put it down
pin it
somewhere.
if I can.
It's
I can't.
most
Yeah, that
certainly
is.
in channel chat somewhere.
Okay.
Give
so
me
I
a second,
just-
because I know that there was
pinned-
the...
Oh, it's pinned. It's pinned.
I just pinned it. And then
Okay, so
This
from the
one-
dragon, you guys got 200 platinum, 6,700 GP in mixed coin and gems. You will need to sell the gems, but
Are any of them diamonds?
so 1,500 GP from the elementals plus whatever minerals and gems we find, and then the walking trees was 1,500 GP. Holy
Okay,
shit!
so-
and then I
The
think there was
rewards
the
we
bounty
got-
for the dragon
Yeah,
as
that
well.
was also
this was just loot.
5,000. Also, good lord.
Lord, we're rich.
Yeah, we have
Yo, we're stacked.
8,000 GP plus whatever the fuck we got extra.
Yeah, we went from no money to a lot of money.
Fucking stacked.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait. Let's do some math here. Because it's 8,000 just for the bounties.
Yes.
Plus approximately 7,000 from the dragon and another a 700-ish GP for
It's about nearly another 9,000 from the dragon because 200 platinum and then
oh, I didn't do math.
6,700 gold.
I forgot that platinum was like actually worth something different from gold. So I was like, add 200 to this number. That's not how that works. That
Mm-mm.
you add 2,000 to that number.
Yeah, that's 2,000.
Yeah.
Mathematics.
God, we are so rich. We have like 14k now.
We have more than 14k.
Well, yeah,
Money.
but still. Good lord.
We have like 17k.
Yes.
Money.
No.
Congratulations.
God, imagine having cash. Imagine being fucking stacked. We don't need to imagine anymore. That's us. Incredible.
Imagine.
Imagine. I'm imagining it. Imagine having viral tonsillitis.
Okay, so there was about 700 gold worth of the gems you guys got from the
That's GP, right?
yeah.
Alright, so 600 GP from the gems. Is that with the mixed... Oh, no, never mind. Okay, so that would basically be like 6,000 something in coin, and then the rest of that is 600. So 6,100 in mixed coin, and then the rest is... 6,100 in GP, and then the rest is the mixed gems.
Not necessarily. I was saying that the 700 to 800 you got was the gems from the elementals.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about the dragon thing.
Sorry. Dragon. So sorry. I'll write down.
Yeah.
Money.
8k from bounties.
Money.
Hold on. How big are the
I-
mixed gems?
They vary in size. This is actually also after you guys have grabbed, I think, some Revivify diamonds out of it.
Yeah.
Because I think I established there was some diamonds.
We definitely have one dose of Revivify stuff that we yoinked from the dragon thing. The not
Yeah,
dragon.
hey,
the
so
Ram.
that's
penny
been
thing.
So we got about
8.7k from dragon loot.
What are some of the colors of the gems?
I did pin the extra stuff that we had, so that should all be good.
There are some fairly dark reds, some blue, some speckled kind of blues, and there are a couple of probably emeralds. There are some other diamonds as well. Whoever took the ones for Revivify, which was probably Vera,
The
there
one
was
person who
some-
can cast Revivify.
Yeah, Lena might be able to cast it soon.
Not yet, though. Next level.
Are there any dark blue ones?
Yes.
Dylan takes one that's a little on the smaller side for his own personal use.
Fair enough.
Interesting.
Oh, I just had the best fucking idea, and you are all going to be so mad when it happens.
Oh no.
So there's about 17,500 gold once you all sell off the.
We're stacked. Y'all, this is what happens when you do jobs on a job board instead of doing character development for 8 months.
So is that on top? Is that on top of? Is that with the 8K from bounties? Or
Yes.
Is that
Yes, that is.
okay? That's total with everything sold off.
We're fucking stacked.
Yeah.
I feel.
I'm so happy.
Now, I will mention, from a meta perspective, this is still not enough to buy magic items above a certain tier.
Well, yeah.
That's fine. Talia literally just wants something to make either punch better or armor better.
Yeah. Well, actually, let me have a look at, because Parker, how do you think Talia would feel about possibly magic tattoo?
Talia might be down for that.
Magic tattoos. Speaking as a monk with a magic tattoo, monks with magic tattoos, sexy.
Yes.
Because I was kind of vibing in my brain about the idea of giving the two punches possibly, like the Eldritch Claw tattoo, just having them manifest differently. So let me check.
Punchy boys.
I haven't even thought about what I'd want to give Vias, honestly.
I
Good lord.
have to go
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because I have rehearsal. Have fun shopping.
Yeah, I will probably end session when we get to the.
When we get to the crypt.
Yeah.
Crypty
Talk.
crypt.
Have fun, guys.
Yeah, you too. Enjoy
Bye-bye.
Irene.
I will.
See ya.
So what's Talia after? Either something that'll help punch better, or something that'll.
Or better armor, either or, whichever ones you'll let me have.
Well, let me check magic tattoo, because I figure what I might do is give Talia the option of either braces of defense or Eldritch Claw, and basically whichever one. And basically, if Talia opts for the braces of defense, I might give Diana the Eldritch Claw.
I am checking.
I feel like we should almost divvy out everything to 2K each person and then keep the rest in party funds.
Yeah.
Because that would
Yeah.
be 14 in 14K in total, and then the rest could just go into communal funds.
Yeah.
Accommodation and boats and shit.
So that would just be... So that'll be 3,200.
I like the Eldritch Claw.
Now,
I really like the Eldritch Claw.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Because Talia's AC is still pretty good for level 8, so...
Yeah. I'll have to have a look at them in Tasha's, because apparently they're in Tasha's now.
Mm-hmm. I gain a +1 to attack and damage, and then as a bonus action, I can, for 1 minute, reach all of my melee attacks with a weapon or an unarmed strike can reach up to 15 feet, and my melee attacks do an extra 1d6.
hell yeah.
Yeah. Which,
that would
honestly,
fuck.
depending on the rarity, I am willing, because I have discussed that Diana wants to get a tattoo anyway. So,
It's uncommon.
I would.
uncommon.
Oh god, give me a second. Give me a second to check.
Apparently we have 2 health potions in our communal party funds. Interesting.
I am unsurprised. We just have shit lying around everywhere.
Yeah. This is funny.
Okay, so
There. I have updated the log of party funds. We are set.
Words. Fuck. Theoretically, both punches getting like Eldritch Claw tattoos would be doable.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that'll probably require about a day and a bit. They can possibly do that while the others are info gathering.
Yeah.
Oh man, I feel like Vias wants to get better armor. Because he's only got cast off studded leather armor. I want to get him +1 studded armor if we can.
Yeah, well, oh god, those are rare, so you might possibly be able to.
I feel like +1 armor should be nicer to find.
Well,
We
you
need to
can
go to a craft store.
Correct.
you can give me Arcana to see if you can find someone who is selling magic items or who could make you.
Sure, I'll do that. Arcana check?
Yep.
Okay. Ooh, a 21. That wasn't meant
Yeah.
to be an advantage, but...
Yep. I'll just kind of address Talia for a second first.
Okay,
I think
sorry.
Diana kind of would have talked about, I think she might have mentioned it in passing, possibly heading back, that she wanted to, see if the tattoo artist that she knows is still in Westron. And when you start bringing up magic, I think she does. I mean, last time, if she's still there, she apparently did Enchanted Tattoos as a commission. We could look in to see what she's got as options.
They would just nod and, oh, alright, I mean, worth asking, I suppose. Talia is suddenly confronted with, oh god, budgeting exists. They don't know the word budgeting.
But they have a concept of, I have a limited amount of coins and I have to...
Mm-hmm.
Pocket, if the Eldritch Claw is what you want to go through with for Talia,
Yes.
I will say probably, about, like 750, and that's for them and Diana. Diana's paying some extra because she's also getting the Eppley signifier. And probably going to be quasi out of action throughout this day.
Yeah. I don't have money because Talia doesn't keep money, so.
Oh
but
God.
Talia, we would have distributed to give Talia a cut and explained,
Oh yeah.
this is your share of...
Talia would have given it straight back to Diana.
Yep, she will hold on to it, and we can go look at... Honestly, Diana's also probably got the party loot, because she's got the bag of holding.
Yeah, I
Is there a
couldn't.
craft store?
Is there what?
Is there a craft store?
Yes,
Like
there is a
Dylan
craft store.
Pirates? Okay.
Yes.
Dylan does need to go there.
Excellent.
There is a craft store, and Dylan, as you get there, you learn that the storekeeper is what you initially think is sort of a pile of scrap cloth, and then it shifts, and out of the shadows there's a little pair of eyes, and I can't do kind of the voice, but imagine a high little reedy voice for the shopkeeper. Hi, how can I help you?
Hi. I need, like, wire and, like, a sturdy rope kind of thing.
Okay, I can do that. Rope?
Like, kind
How
of
much
like,
rope?
I don't know. I don't know how much distances are. I need, like, enough to make, like, a necklace.
The mound of cloth and the whatever it is that is underneath it, the mound of cloth settles and you hear sort of rustling noises like the mound is being rummaged in. And this dark hand? Question mark? Certainly hand-shaped, reaches out holding a coil of, sort of twine.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you want, and you will probably be able to get it. I'm not going to RP this entire.
Okay, yeah, like twine for a necklace.
And then I will bounce to
Uh,
Bias. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to roll over
like-
Bias.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. I want to know what crafts this our lovely warlock wants.
Like a thinner sculpting wire. Fuck. Like really light blue yarn and knitting needles.
Nice.
That's it.
When you say yarn, the shopkeeper kind of turns around and points to... There is an entire display rack of various different colored yarns.
Dylan does go crazy, go stupid for the yarn.
Oh god. I've only seen photos, but have y'all seen, like, the yarn section of Joanne's?
Yes, my homeland, my ancestral home.
It is like that! And based
my
on the
God.
way you react...
Dylan go crazy, go stupid in the yarn section.
How does Lena not know that Dylan knits? This needs to be a conversation game.
Dylan
made
did
his
not
hand
break
things.
with him.
He made his little
Lena has a
hand
project
warmer
bag
things.
in her armor at all times.
Yeah, Dylan made his hand warmer things, but has had no reason to knit or bring up knitting until now, where he's like, I gotta make a scarf, or else I'm gonna like start harming my family.
Oh
Blast.
man.
Listen, I think that if Lena is inclined, Lena also deserves to go crazy, go stupid at this craft store. Yeah.
To be fair, went crazy at a market not long ago and still probably has more yarn than she can reasonably use up anytime soon.
But consider. What if she got more?
Go crazy, go stupid. Ah!
Crazy. Ah.
Have you really got a knitting bag if it is not full of like 3 different projects that and pretty yarn?
Do not judge me, Joe. Do not judge me.
I say this as I say this with as much empathy as possible because I also I understand. I do not knit, but I understand.
Ooh, your
Oh.
audio's blown out a little.
Oh no,
Sorry.
It's okay. You're good now.
Yeah.
So yes, Dylan, you are able to get an amount. How crazy stupid do you think Dylan would have gone with this yarn display?
Not like insanely, but he hasn't knitted or done any sort of crafts in like way too long.
I will probably say about 10 gold to get the stuff you asked for and like 6 skeins of yarn.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, and a color you can kind of, I will say, like, neons aren't available, but most everything in color range before neons is. And there's even some that are like multiple colors twisted together, because variegated yarn sexy.
Yeah.
Yes. Am
Oh my
pleased.
God.
Dylan and Nocturne immediately go feral over.
It's time.
Yarn.
Okay, Dylan has done what he needs to do.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Sorry for taking over.
No.
it's okay.
Okay.
Bias, what is it you were wanting to do?
He wants to go find some armor, maybe even a better quarterstaff, if possible. I don't know. He just wants to be a little more protected because without his shield, he's just ducking water 14 AC.
With that arcana, I will say that you are able to find a smith who sells magical wares.
Okay.
You are able to find a set of leather armor with these strips of this faintly iridescent metal, reinforcing it. So rather than studding it, it is kind of banded with these strips of iridescent metal. It does function as studded leather.
Okay.
So it functions as +1 studded leather, but it is.
A little bit more
But I am
fancy.
having it be like reinforced with banding instead of studs because reasons.
Okay. How much for this? Don't make me haggle.
Weird threat, but okay.
I might buy other magical items if they are available, but we shall see.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm getting.
Because there's just a couple of things he would want to look at least.
The asking price you are being offered is about 1,300.
This is some fine craftsmanship. However, I feel like this could be whittled down a little bit. You see these edges? He's just gonna try and point out a couple of things that he might see. Even if it's not too flawed, he's still gonna play into it and just say, I would love to buy, really, but this is just so steep, I don't want to shortcut you or anything like that, but I do like to pay for high quality with this sort of thing. Is there any way we can reduce this? Perhaps down a more reasonable gold amount.
I need to figure out what this NPC is basically on the fly.
Take your time. Immune to Vias's charms.
A rather stern looking, probably half elven. You aren't entirely sure.
That's valid.
A woman with sort of short cut silver hair, like it's been buzzed.
Mm-hmm.
Fairly short, but has started to grow out. She looks at you and looks at the armor very assessingly, and I will get a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Damn it.
Because you did insult her craftsmanship.
Just a little. Oh, motherfucker.
Oof.
He wasn't trying to do it meanly. He's just like, I just want to... Yeah, whatever.
Unfortunately, the particular wording you chose was...
I just gave it flavor text, Joe!
I know. However...
Yeah, if it was just a straight roll, it would have made it, motherfucker.
Yeah?
Then again, when has anything about Vias been straight?
Haha, right.
Get him.
God. Bold of you to assume he can roll straight. Good lord.
We're on queer violence.
Yeah. The dice are homophobic, that is all.
Well, fortunately, you do not get her to raise the price, but you're still at the 1,300.
I think I'll go take a look at what else you have. He's gonna go take a look if there's anything interesting that catches his eye, aside from the, armor, because he doesn't want to buy the armor and then realize later that there was something cooler in the shop.
Yeah. It's mostly blades. You can see a pair of daggers that are, they're almost, sorry, words.
It's all good.
They're almost more like, miniature spathers. And they have they have Elvish script upon them. And I know you can read Elvish, but I don't want to figure out what they fucking say.
No, that's fine. Just the vibes. What are they? That's all you gotta tell me. Are they high and mighty or something?
The vibes on the pair of daggers is deafness and...
Jack be nibble, Jack be quick.
Something about like that.
Deafness, not deafness. I
No.
was like, blindness, deafness?
Deft.
That's a weird spell to put on a knife.
That'd be pretty dope, though. Because then people wouldn't be able to hear them scream,
It is something to do with quick hands and
Does it seem...
there is a
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
there is a rapier that the hilt is worked in what seems to be gold wire. And as compared to the two daggers, it seems the shapes are a little bit more geometric. They are a bit more angular and geometric. And I am checking your languages to see if you...
Celestial, Common, Druid, and Elvish are the only ones he knows.
It is another runic language, but it is one you do not recognize.
Alright. He is vaguely learning, I don't know how long we've had, but he was trying to learn,
Primordial.
Yeah. That's gonna take a while, though.
Again, this is not the characters you have seen Diana write for.
Yeah.
They are similar.
He might recognize it if it's Sylvan as well, because of Talia.
Yeah, I am saying it is not Sylvan. It is not one of the Elven derived.
Okay.
So Sylvan, Elven,
Yeah.
Celestial, that kind of.
Sylvan shares
yes.
characters with Elven, so...
That's fair. That's fair. I just heard runic,
Yes,
and I was
I
like,
appreciate it. No, they are much. While the Sylvan has sort of this meter and flow to it, and kind of all flows into itself, these are again that same kind of form that is on the basket of this very angular and.
Does it remind me of the abyssal that we had seen written in the temple?
Not really.
Okay.
It has that kind of angular, but it is not sharp angles. It is sort of blocky angles.
Okay, that's fine. I was just curious, because otherwise it'd be like, oh,
yeah,
I recognize what it looks like, but I don't know what it says, you know?
Yeah, I just sort of needed to think about it, but it's not, yeah, it's very blocky angles. This is very blocky, sort of geometric.
Okay, cool. Don't know what that is.
Giant, maybe?
I don't know. Infernal? Who knows? Fish? Who knows? Bias doesn't. Is there anything else of interest aside from armor and swords, things he cannot wear?
Yeah. The blade, the weapons that are in sort of these cases that are magic items are all blades.
Okay. Well,
yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Is the ones that are available are all blades.
Gotcha.
This is clearly a person who is more proficient with like metal work than, say, woodwork.
Yeah. What about... He almost wants to go look at some other magic shops.
Yep, that is...
Just for now, because he's just like, I wasn't able to haggle it down. I'll hang him on the hook and wait until in case I find something more interesting.
Yeah.
He will thank her for her time, though.
Yeah.
He's gotta be polite.
Yeah. She gives you a bit of a curt nod, and you get the impression that this woman is just kind of brusque in general.
He knows the type. They definitely exist other places.
Yeah. I will say that that sort of attunement with wild magic that you have developed, with the magic of the wild places and of growing things, and does kind of perk up.
Oh?
At one point. As there is what you take a moment to realize seems to be a carpentry shop. It takes a moment to realize, partially because there is you can technically call it a garden. In that it is seemingly obeying some confines. However, the plant matter itself is...
Wait.
It is a lot of wildflowers, and it is not neat. It is not a neat garden, it is.
Does this remind me of that one guy with the weird tattoos? And the plants he sold? He had a bunch of, like, strange flowers, didn't he?
The druid that flirted with Vias, the
Yeah.
shopkeeper.
Yeah, I know, I'm thinking.
Oh, God.
Hey, Vias?
Oh, no.
Hello.
Let's go low, because it'll be a low blow.
Give me a sec.
God. Vias's life is
out.
just a harem anime, isn't it?
Okay, bye, Amy. Have a good night.
Skip out. I've got
Amy,
really bad
good
progressive legs, and sitting is not comfortable right now. So
Oh,
Yeah, if you
that's
text
valid.
me any shopping that you think Lena would have done, I can sort of...
I mean, the thing I was aiming to get for Lena is probably something I'm going to have to handle in session, because I think Sunblade is probably kind of useful and thematically appropriate for Lena.
Hmm.
It may not be something you can get here.
Exactly. So I will ping you a couple of messages about shopping.
Yeah.
And I will speak to everyone later in the week.
All right. See you, Amy.
See you
Thanks,
later.
Amy.
ya.
Night all.
Good night.
Night.
The vibe is not the same.
Okay.
I am not having you guys run into Briar again.
Ah, sad, but also good. He doesn't need that in his life again. Fire was neat, though. That's funny. Yeah, he would definitely go check it out at the very least. If his
Yeah.
druid senses are telling it, his druid senses are tingling.
So you go into this carpentry shop, and you can see... Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. It almost seems like some of the furniture you can see, it was almost shaped while it was growing into that form, and then it was carved later.
Oh. Okay.
And there are, more significantly to you, a collection of staves on the wall.
Eyes.
Some of them are sort of more intricately carved. You can see that one of them has the wooden stave and then what seems to be an ivory. It seems to be carved ivory on the top. One of the staves is carved with this intricate vine and leaf pattern that almost seems to be raised, and you can see where it has been where the leaves have been painted with a small amount of gold paint of some description, as the way they catch the light.
Pretty.
The shopkeeper for this is... It takes you a moment to see them, but you see a very worn-looking halfling man. Has dark skin, like someone who's been out in the sun for a very long time. He has a fairly long braid that you can see where there are strands of flowers that have been braided in.
Aw.
And as he notices you come in, he puts down a set of tools that he was using on what looks like it is the start of a tabletop.
Vias will give a little bit of a wave.
He's got a fairly coarse voice, like he doesn't use it particularly often, and speaks very shortly. I'm not going to RP this because I don't have a vibe on this guy's personality. But the staves are different types of magic. You've got a couple of options. Particularly for if you are looking for more in the channeling magic or just straight up attack. Are you looking to channel magic better, or are you looking to bonk things better? And I'm asking you this as a DM.
Channel as in what, like a +1 to... Well, you blow it up. I can't... Your mic, I can't hear you.
I should be hearable now?
Yes.
Channel as in, give you a possible bonus to your DC.
Ooh. A bonus to DC? Is that with all spells, or just...
It would be specifically with your druid ones.
That would be nice, because my druid ones are not good right now.
Yeah, this is specifically resonating with the druidic magic. And you can see that there are etchings on some of the staves in... Druidic is not so much a written language, but there is some written shorthand that exists. And you can see that there is some of that.
Do I know what the bonus is? Is it just like a 1, or like, do I know the amount it would... out of character?
I would probably say it's a 1 or so.
Okay, cause... I don't know.
I would say for more advanced than a 1, you would have to actually, get it commissioned by someone who's fairly powerful.
Gotcha. What about the attack one then? Does that give me different spells, or does that just make my stuff hit harder?
I would say that it is... that's the one with the very complicated vines and leaf pattern. I would say that it is a +1 with the ability to cast Ensnaring Strike.
Do you mean Entangle, or... Ensnaring Strike? I don't think I have that spell. Is that just a...
Give me a sec. Yeah, no, I meant Ensnaring Strike. Give me a second, I'm getting it open. Yeah, no, I meant Ensnaring Strike.
I know it exists, but is that a druid spell?
It's the ranger spell.
Oh, okay. So if I were to do that, then it would still do the AC of my save DC for druid spells, wouldn't it?
I would say so, yeah.
Damn it. They'd sound cool, but if I did that staff, I would have to go for a 13 DC, and probably fucking everything could escape that. Or I up the DC to a 14. Which is
yeah, unfortunately,
better.
I'm not giving you, like, very powerful.
I know. I'm just like, it would be really cool, but... I don't know what I want to do! He might not take it. Oh, I don't want to, but I want to.
I would go for the armor, even if it's expensive, if I'm honest.
The what?
The armor.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he would decline to buy those, regardless of price. The staves. Can you look for a specific thing? Oh, I guess that is kind of a...
You can attempt to.
Because I kind of want to see if I can find an amulet of health, but those are kind of rare. Because Vias's constitution is shit. If he can get that, that would be cool, but...
Give me a second to have a look at...
It's probably expensive. Too much for him.
It is expensive.
Yeah. Okay.
It is expensive.
Yeah. If I were to find it, it probably wouldn't be within my price range.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that right now that it's...
I want it though! Vias's constitution is a 0! Oh well, it is what it is. I think he would go back and buy the armor. I'm sorry for taking so long.
It's okay. It's okay.
Back in shopping episodes. So that would be. It was 1,000 what?
1,300.
1,300. Okay. And that was for +1 armor.
Yes, that was for +1 studded leather.
Okay. Right, let's add that to my inventory then. Heck yeah.
Now, give me a second to have a look at the Eldritch Claw tattoo, just so I know. Well, the version that's in Tasha's, just so I know what our 2 punches are getting.
It's an uncommon tattoo, +1 to attack and damage rolls, unarmed strikes, and then the bonus action range, 15-foot range on melee with an extra 1d6. And the tattoos are to cover half of the limb, essentially.
Yeah.
And I already know what my design is.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
I was just about to ask if.
Also, Vice's AC is now 17, baby!
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Wait, it was so 13 plus dex plus his shield?
No, I think the shield is set on there. Yeah, his dex bonus is only 2, so 13 plus 2 plus 2, so...
Yeah. Da, 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 da. Yeah, so, Talia, I will say that you end up getting done first at the...
So, Talia's tattoo, so when you mention what the word for tattoo and all of that, they go, oh, okay, they know what body art is. And they very quickly run upstairs and grab the tome and actually bring that with them. And although
Okay.
technically the uncommon tattoo says something like it's a half a limb, I am going for essentially a design that is a quarter of each arm. So
Yep,
the
I would allow it.
the hand and lower part of the arm, which from a glance looks almost like this sort of twisting vine, like not a vine, but like the twisting sort of claw as described by Tasha's. But when you look closer, it is actually very careful, um, small script of every single name used in rotation by the Delphier,
Oh.
with Ruon and Stora over the pulse points of each wrist.
Yeah.
It's sort of in a dark kind of green color.
Yeah. So, well, I am wibbling this a little bit because of the fact that it is going to be a magic,
Mm-hmm.
and sort of the way that the attunement works.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that you spend about 2 hours under the while this is happening.
Mm-hmm. Talia basically hands the tattoo artist like the tome already opened up to the right page.
Yeah. The tattoo artist is a sorry, I remembered words until I wanted them.
Right? Oh god, that always happens. R.I.P. your thoughts.
A sort of pale purple tiefling woman with this cluster of dark horns, basically going from her brow and partially up her scalp.
Mm-hmm.
She is not particularly tattooed, but Diona greets her as
Mm-hmm.
you are out a fair bit before Diona is. Like, you are basically seen first, it is done for you, and then Diona's in there for about 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And when she comes back, there is the dressing going up her arm, and there is one that you can see the edges of that sort of goes over her shoulder and seems to go around.
Okay.
So it goes over her left shoulder and seems to wrap around.
Mm-hmm.
And so, whatever you are, so should I just add Talia's share of the money to her to Diona's inventory?
Yes.
Okay. Bear with me a second.
Talia doesn't want to hold on to it.
Fair enough.
Talia's like, I barely understand this. Do you really want me holding on to it?
Scatters it like flower petals. Is this the right thing to do?
I mean, essentially that's what they're worth in their mind.
Yeah. They're just very heavy.
Yeah, it's about it is about 750 gold for yours.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about Diona pays about 200 extra because she's getting another tattoo as well.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why she was in there longer, because
I think you come back to Talia vaguely, like kind of like flap stimming. And they just go, that hurt a lot more than it did back home.
Aww.
It will fade.
I know.
Particularly the magic ones, they feel weird.
Mm,
At least you have a group of a bunch of Healy people to help with the pain.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, they can both add the +1 magic bonus to their.
Mm-hmm.
You are told that you'll probably be able to take the dressings off by evening. And in fact, the pain does settle down to, it's a little bit of an ache. Basically, by the time Diana gets out, actually, it's reduced to kind of a bit of an ache. Because magic is a fucking cheat.
Mm-hmm. +1 and +1 damage. And also add the extra attack bonus if necessary. Throw glow damage.
I mean, the hits already did count as magic, so it's not.
Well, yeah, but add the +1 to the magic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And an extra 1d6 until. An extra 1d6 force damage as an optional.
I am going to roll one just to make sure I've set this up properly.
Yeah.
Yep,
In fact, actually, I'm not going to set it up on that. I'm going to set up a new macro for it.
Oh, I already just did mine.
Yeah, but I'm setting up one with the range.
Mm-hmm.
Do, 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 do.
1d8 plus
God.
1.
I love that we got this far into
15.
session and I totally forgot I was planning on putting background music on. Oh well.
That's how it be?
Sorry to everybody who's neurodivergent, which is basically everybody. Maybe I can do it now. Hello.
Can Dylan do a thing now?
Yes, Dylan can do a thing.
Okay. So I don't know what to roll for this, but Dylan using the wire and the twine and the gem he took out of the gem pile. He uses the wire to like kind of make a little cage for the gem and makes that a charm and ties it onto the twine. And I don't know what to roll for that for how well it turns out, because this is not something he's ever really attempted. Would it just be straight dexterity?
Yeah, I think because you're trying to do very fine walk, fine-ish. I would say dexterity.
Okay, that's not bad. 16.
Yeah, it turns out about how you wanted.
Okay. Oh, and Dylan didn't specify color, but I will now. The wire would be silver, and the twine would also be a very similar dark blue to the gem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty.
Is Vias nearby?
He would have come back, like, excitedly about the armor, and probably would have, wanted to talk to somebody about getting cool armor. Because, in my mind, I almost feel like the banding that it has, I know it's probably not what you're thinking, Joe, but imagine if it looked somewhat like a corset thing. Like, just a little bit. That would be dope.
That actually was what I was thinking. So,
Oh, dope!
because sort of that's the best way to reinforce that kind of thing is vertical banding down the...
Hell yeah.
So, yes, actually, it is a little bit...
Oh my god, Vias has has armor corset, just like Susanna. Brilliant. But yeah, he'd probably go try and find Dylan at least to gush about it. He might have talked to Vera or Lino if they were around him. I assume that everybody else was kind of out getting either tattoos or, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to Vice.
Dylan?
Talk to Vice time. Hi.
You guys are able to run into each other.
Hey!
Hi.
Hi! How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. Look what I found. He holds it out. I found armor. It'll do better than what I've been wearing.
Oh.
Yay! I'm excited. What have you been up
Exciting.
and he's just gonna kind of go set it down. And Mercy will kind of like plop down with it. And so he'll just kind of like do the hand brush off thing and say, "So, what have you been up to?"
Dylan kind of he takes out the necklace and he kind of holds it out to Vice. He's like, so you know me, you know I suck at my words and stuff like that. But I was wondering if, I mean, it doesn't have to be like today or tomorrow. It can be after we deal with the whole Raven Queen stuff. But I was wondering if you wanted to like get dinner together, just the two of us, or lunch or something, a meal. And I made you this necklace.
Vias EXE has stopped working. There's a moment where his soul has left his body. And then he blinks his eyes a couple times and just looks at the necklace and then back at you, and he's like, "Oh, God, I can speak words. Yes?"
Do you want? Yes, necklace here. I don't know.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. He's going to like tenderly take the necklace. Did you make this?
Yeah. I went and got crafts. I got yarn. I can knit, you know.
He's got one hand on his face, like half hiding his face and like just looking at it. He's teary-eyed. And he's gonna...
Please don't cry.
I'm not going to cry! And he's gonna like hold it to his chest a little bit and say, Can I hug you? This is so sweet!
Yeah!
Okay, good.
Yeah.
He's going to hug you.
Okay, yeah, Dylan also hugs.
Yay!
Homosexual activity.
They have a date! It only took 2 years.
Now, here's my question. Do you guys actually go digging for the information that was kind of the point of...
I presume like Susanna
Yeah, she's...
and Lena and Vera do.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god.
So it doesn't. Dylan forgot all about that. He got so entranced by his necklace date idea. So it doesn't. Whenever works. I don't know when we are leaving for the Raven Queen, but I assume it probably has to be soon. So
I mean,
if you want to after that, or if you want
I
to
mean, we
before,
could
or
both
if you want to
before,
today, I don't know.
We could before and after, actually. if
That
you
would
want.
be cool. That would be cool. Yeah.
I mean, we have the money. We could. Oh my god! Did we actually have a date before? Was the book thing a date?
Do you want it to be?
Bright red.
It could be a date.
We haven't even finished the books. Maybe we should, let's start with the oh goodness. What are words? Dinner first.
I don't know. Yes.
Oh, I want to
Yes.
put this on.
Dylan is smiling, and you've never, like, he has started smiling. You have never seen him beam.
Oh, yeah, Vias has fallen more in love now.
The homosexual activity ejected Joe.
Yeah.
Joe has been yeeted from channel. Oh.
I have returned.
Welcome back!
Yeah.
Vias cannot stop staring. And after a moment he's like, right, you made this! How do I put it on you? I just...
It's made so that he can literally just put it over his head.
Oh, right, okay.
Like it's like a double. Sorry, I should have specified that how it was tied. It's literally just a double knot in the back. Probably comes
lovely.
down to like mid sternum, maybe a little bit lower. And just literally can just put it over his head. It's
see if he's what do you want to say? Brave enough to say a thing. Hold on. Oh yeah. He's gonna stop and be like, "Can you put it on for me?"
Dylan does so.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Great!
Oh my god! Imagine being gay.
After it has been put on, he puts his fingers to the pendant and just stares at it a little bit. Just inner monologue is just
Yeah. Dylan too.
Amazing. God. He'll just kind of turn around a little bit and I guess just want another hug. Just
Yeah.
his
Yeah. Hug.
arms out again, another hug.
Yeah. Dylan hugs.
Yes. Yeah, I think he stays that way for a while.
Dylan will eventually do the little squeeze. That means I do want to be let go now.
Okay. He will do that. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for your gift. That means quite a lot to me. I appreciate it.
It's no problem. Don't worry. Okay.
Maybe when we're less excited, I mean, I'm always going to be excited, but we could plan the thing later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna put
Enjoy.
my stuff away. Yeah, I already...
Enjoy your armor.
Thank you.
This is such a fucking mess. I came up with this 20 minutes ago.
Vias will hesitate for a moment, just say, we can also read the books later too, after dinner?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Cool. I think
Cool.
Mercy needs food, right, Mercy?
Marcus squawks.
Mercy just stares at Vias and just shakes her head and flies out of the room, and he's like, no.
And Dylan walks away.
Yeah.
Okay.
When he walks away, Vias does the, like, bouncing up and down hand flail, like, oh my god, sort of thing. Just mouth open, like, I fucking, it happened! Oh my
Watch
god.
me full on another 2 sessions be like, here's a letter from Charlie.
Now
Oh,
Dylan starts
God.
blushing.
Bold of you to assume he does not also like Charlie.
Yeah, that's what you're
Consider,
like.
consider. Vias has 2 hands.
God.
Pius does have 2 hands.
He
is the thing.
does.
However, should possibly talk to Dylan about, hey, are you
Oh,
okay
yeah. Oh yeah,
if I am poorly?
he did not expect to do this at all, so he expected to have a conversation way later. Oh
But
my
also,
god.
does Pius have 2 hands or not?
He does. He do.
Cause I'm like, knowing what I have in plan for Charlie, I'm like, he deserves a nice boy.
Yeah,
What are you
bias
gonna do
for
to him?
sure. Oh, leave my man alone. I cannot hear you if you were talking, Parker.
I am not talking.
Okay.
Because, Doctor just asked what I have planned for Charlie, and it's like, wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
No! Leave him alone. I love Charlie.
Okay. I'm gonna roll this for Susanna, and then I'll just text PK what Susanna would have been able to find out while the rest of us were
Being gay?
being
And
gay,
getting-
doing crime.
And getting tattoos of your dead family members' names.
God.
I haven't exactly nailed down what my mental image of the tattoo is for, but I know that it is in a very pale, a very pale gray ink.
No, Talia's is in the same kind of color of jewel tone as the jewel tone ink Bias got them.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
I figured.
God, that's so sweet.
Okay. I will duly note that, and I will text PK with what Susanna would have found out while the rest of us were.
The tattoo is again the names of their whole dead family, so
Sometimes that's what you need as remembrance.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. So, is
Okay.
this the end, or is there more?
I presume.
I think this is a good place to.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, we ended on a high note and a low note-ish, but yeah, that was awesome.